What up? What up? What up? What's going on, team? Dan Suckling here, owner of Six Figure Fit Pro University, where we help online fitness coaches get off the organic hamster wheel and master the art of paid client acquisition, aka Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, and all that other ninja shit. I know my eyes are darting right now. If you guys don't know, by the way, there's a software called OneStream, where basically you can stream on 42 different platforms at once, both live and pre-recorded. So right now, I'm live on my Facebook personal profile, my free Facebook group, my Facebook business profile, Instagram, and I'm struggling to get it going on YouTube. But today what I wanted to talk about was my biggest mistake that I ever made in business. And before I dive into that, I just want to preface and go rewind time a little bit and go back, 6-7 years ago. I started this journey back in 2016, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't even know a funnel existed. I didn't even know what Calendly was. I didn't know what Active Campaign was. I didn't know shit. All I knew was Typeform, and that's about it. And I had no marketing strategy. I had no niche. I had no offer. I had no marketing message. I literally didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And so I spent 2 years trying to grow this online fitness business on my own. The company was called Dr. Shred. Don't laugh. But basically, back in the day, my entire strategy for acquiring clients was I would basically go into community pages and buy, sell, swap pages around New Zealand where I was living. And I basically joined every single buy, sell, swap page in the country. I joined every single community group in the country. And every 48 hours, I would post on 20 of those different groups. And it would just be like this huge opportunity post. I'm looking for 10 people who want to lose weight, tone up, have more energy, and increase their confidence. If this sounds like you, then click down below and I'll give you a call. Like literally no authority, no value in advance, like nothing. And so basically I would get a ton of applications. And as you can imagine, no show, financial objection, hung up on, told to fuck off, because I was basically just cold calling these prospects that didn't even know who I was, right? They did not even know who I was. And even though I was only pitching like $35 a week, I would still get financial objections. I'd still get hung up on. But inside of that process, I really mastered the art of sales. And I really think that a skill is forged through adversity, and a skill is forged through repetition, and a skill is forged through countless failures. So inside of that process, I had done maybe like 2,000 sales calls from these buy and sell pages over a 2-year time frame. And whilst I got hung up on and no-showed, et cetera, I ended up scaling that business to like $4,000 per week organically, just running that strategy, jumping into groups, community pages, buy, sell, swap groups, doing these huge opportunity posts, and then pitching them on $35 a week, which was pretty crazy. And what ended up happening was I had quite a big ego, and I wanted to do things on my own, and I wanted to learn on my own. I thought that I could figure it out on my own. And so after 2 years, I decided to hire my very first mentor. Some of you guys might know him. His name is Lin Trin. We're still very good friends to this day. And basically, I saw his ads everywhere. Jumped on a webinar, booked in a call, and inside of my mind, I was like, fuck, it's probably going to be like $1,000, right? And then we jump on this call, and then right at the end, he's like, so to join the program, it's $8,000 US. And I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I can't afford that, man. And he's like, what are you going to do? And that was a really good question, because I pondered on that question for the next 2 weeks and really asked myself that question, like, what am I going to do? Like, all I wanted to do was scale an online fitness business. That's all I wanted to do. I was looking up to people like, Joseph Rakic and Kino Body, and saw the life that they were living and the lifestyle. And I was like, man, these guys get to impact people while doing what they love, and they get to work online. Like, I want that. And so 2 weeks had gone by, and I was still asking myself that question, like, what am I going to do? And after 2 weeks, I bit the bullet and I said, fuck it, I'm going to do this. So what I did is I sold my lounge room furniture. I sold my TV. I rang up the bank. I got a $6,000 loan. I rang Lynn back up and I said, let's do this. Like, I'm ready. And the rest is basically history. I mean, I niched down. I had a great message. I had positioning in the marketplace. I went towards mums lacking self-love after my own mother passed away from emphysema at 49 years old. And I was running a 28-day challenge, like a bait and switch into the VIP at the end of the 28 days. And we did something like, I got to like 80 challenge members in the space of like 6 weeks. Like it was fucking crazy. And then what ends up happening was the 28-day challenge stopped working, because what ends up happening is it's like a magic trick, right? You do a magic trick once, people catch on to it, and then, everyone knows what the magic trick is. The more times people see the magic trick, they're like, I already know what that is, right? It's the same thing with an acquisition system. You run a 28-day challenge over and over and over again, like people already know what to expect. Prospects become smarter, and therefore there's more risk, there's more resistance, and there's more friction around the sales process and the buying process, right? So the 28-day challenge stopped working. So then I pivoted into a free 5-day self-love challenge, right? And so at the time, we were doing like $8,000, $6,000 a week or something crazy like that. And at that time, I was like, to my girlfriend at the time, I was like, babe, we made it. Like, we fucking made it. We're good. So I pulled her out of her job. She was working at a cafe, and I was like, you can come work with me. She was taking sales calls. I was taking sales calls in another room. And then once that 28-day challenge stopped working, I was working relentlessly on building out this 5-day challenge. I filmed day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, thank you page video, ad videos, ad copy, automation sequences. And I launched it, and it fucking bombed. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I was just devastated. And so I tried it again, and it bombed. And I tried the videos again. I redid the videos again. It bombed, it bombed, it bombed, it bombed. And what's really crazy is that when shit's not working, you'll start to look for the grass to be greener on the other side. Like, how many of you guys have heard of Lady Boss? When that 5-day challenge was not working, I basically went to Lady Boss's Facebook business page. I went to page transparency. I went into her funnel, and I thought to myself, what if I just charge $7 a month like Lady Boss? So I basically spent 3 entire days, and I build funnels quite quickly. I spent 3 entire days modeling Lady Boss's funnel, and then I spent $500 on that campaign, and it bombed. And I was like, holy shit. And then I tried a webinar, and it bombed. And what I didn't realize was that, and this is a really big lesson in hindsight looking back now, was that I did not focus on an acquisition system for long enough to gather enough data in order to optimize based on that data. Like, I was just simply operating from a place of emotions and feelings. And as you know, feelings are fleeting. One day we could be feeling good. The next moment we might be feeling shit. And our feelings can change in a matter of seconds. So I was pissed off. I went back to the 5-day challenge, and I was fucking angry. I filmed those 5 videos. I filmed these ads, and there was just so much fire inside of me because I was just so worked up and so pissed off. And those videos just absolutely smashed it. I did not have to change that entire acquisition system for the next 2 years. And I went from having like something like 32 online fitness clients inside of my business to 445 clients inside of the company. We went from like $4,000 a week all the way up at one point to like $12,000 a week in recurring income. And I was just like, shit, this is amazing. And so the lesson here is that a lot of fitness coaches come into this industry and they have expectations that are so misaligned from reality that it just completely pulls them off the path, and they just lose focus. Like, they don't focus on something for long enough and gather enough data to be able to optimize based on that data in order for an acquisition system to actually work. Like, a lot of the times, most systems work. Like, a webinar works. I've run webinars. I've done VSLs at work. I've done challenges at work. 28-day, 5-day. I've done free Facebook group funnels at work. I've done mini chat funnels at work. But what I didn't do in the early stages was I did not fucking focus on the one thing for long enough to make it work. I was just jumping over here. I was jumping over there. And I ended up investing over $200,000 into like 12 different mentors over the last 6 to 7 years. Like, I darted from Lynn, then I worked with Tanner for a little bit, and then I went to Sabri Subi, and then I went to Clients and Community, then I went to Cole Gordon, then Traffic and Funnels, then Dan Bolton, then Brendan Kelly, then Hector Gonzalez. Like, it's just over and over and over again. And what I realized was that I was seeking somebody, I was seeking like permission, somebody like an expert, a coach, somebody to tell me what it is that I should do, because I was just lacking so much focus that I could not stay on the path. So the biggest mistake that I made over the last 6, 7 years was, yes, it's a mistake, but it's also a huge lesson in hindsight, was investing so much money into these mentors. And yes, they were great. And yes, don't get me wrong, every single one of them, I gathered some extremely valuable lessons. And there's no way in hell that I would be where I am today and that I'd have the insights that I have today had I not invested all that money into those business coaches. But what I didn't recognize and what I didn't understand was that I needed to get better, not just in terms of the acquisition system, not just in terms of being able to sell better or being able to write copy better or analyze the data better or lead a team better. Like I needed to get better within myself. There were things inside of me like fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of what other people thought about me. Like there was just all these internal things, like these limiting beliefs that I should not be successful. And these beliefs weren't serving me. It was bullshit. So in the early stages, when I first started my company, Super Mums Elite, as you can imagine, I've got 445 mums in my group. I'm the only guy that's coaching them. There was a person that I needed to become in order to take the actions that I needed to take in order to pull that result off. So in the beginning, I was so scared of judgment. So I thought to myself, I need to become this certain person to pull off these results. What do I need to do? Well, I'm scared of other people's opinions. That was me back in the day. So I decided to unfriend every single person on Facebook and Instagram, because I knew that if I could just focus on myself and if I could just show up for myself without distractions, without the unconscious comparison, then that would allow me to achieve a level of mastery rather than having people around and just being distracted and losing focus and being pulled off the path. So yes, yesterday I filmed a live training on my personal Facebook profile and also my business page in my free Facebook group. If you want to check it out, please feel free to do so. We're talking about the three pillars inside of getting an acquisition system to work. We've got the offer, we've got the vehicle, and we've got the sales process. And inside of each part of that process, there is data, there are metrics, and there are KPIs that you need to analyze and optimize based upon that data to get better. But if you don't know your numbers, if you don't track your KPIs, if you're allowing your feelings to get in the way of you making decisions, then your decision-making ability is going to be extremely, extremely foggy. So yes, you may have invested in other coaches in the past. You may be invested into a business coach right now. Maybe shit's not working. Maybe it is. But even if it's not working, just ask yourself the question, have you really committed yourself like 1,000% to that system? Are you showing up every single day to that system? Are you sleeping in? Are you waking up late? Like, how committed are you actually to making this thing work? Because it's one thing to talk a big game and say that you want to achieve massive success and you want to grow this online fitness business. But the thing is that in the beginning, it's like, I love getting people in shape. This is great. Like, I love it. It's amazing. Then when you get into the online space, especially when you run paid acquisition, it's like, fuck. Now I've got to become a master of marketing, advertising, building funnels, crafting offers, writing ad copy, tracking data, leading a team, scaling campaigns, taxes, and trying to balance like a relationship with my partner and my family at the same fucking time. It's hard. It's hard. And a lot of people have been sold on this idea that it's easy. Just look inside of the weight loss industry. Lose fucking 10 kilos in 30 days or less. Everyone's getting sold the dream, but no one's being told the truth. And the truth is it's fucking hard. Even when you have the right systems in front of you, it is hard. Why? Because it's so easy to get distracted and very few people have the work ethic and the discipline that's required to be successful. And the sad reality is that not everyone's going to make it. Like it's the sad reality, but it's simply the truth. Not because the system doesn't work, not because it's the mentor's fault, not because of external circumstance, but sometimes we need to look at ourselves in the mirror and ask ourselves, where am I fucking not showing up? Where am I not putting in the work? Because the moment you take ownership is the moment that you take back the power, and then you can make that change. But if you're just constantly blaming the system, the coach, the mentor, anything outside of yourself, then you're just putting your power into the hands of somebody else where you can't change. You're forever a victim to your circumstances. But the moment you take ownership is the moment that you have the power to change anything inside of your life. If your financial situation's shit, why are you choosing to tolerate it? If you're unhappy in your relationship, why are you choosing to tolerate it? If you don't like your friends, why are you choosing to tolerate shitty friends? Like we all have a choice. but you can't blame other people and you can't blame other circumstances for your lack of success when you are the vehicle that's driving the success. So I hope you enjoyed this training. It's late where I am. It's 9:45 p.m. on a Friday. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing working? Have a great day, morning or night, team, and I will chat to you all very soon.